Welcome to Art Battle Online. We're having 64 artists down to just a single winner over the course of the coming weeks. This is our 5th week. Welcome, Morgan Booth.
Hi, everyone.
We also have with us Elias Emmanuel Anatolius.
Hi, super glad to be here.
Great. We're going to see a recap from last week.
Yeah, these artists just went super high energy. Everyone was really, really colorful. And just, it's amazing seeing all of these pieces that took 20 minutes go even shorter down into just 30 seconds.
Wow.
And we're going to see the winners of each round. On the top, we have the U.S. battle. On the bottom, we have the international. And from round 1 was Dilcia Garan from San Francisco. And in round number 2, it was Belinda Fireman from Calgary. 2 very strong pieces.
Let's meet tonight's artists. What do you say?
Hola a todos, mi nombre es Jean del Castillo, nací en Lima, Perú. Me inspira la naturaleza, mis experiencias y el mundo espiritual. Lo que me gusta de competir en el Art Battle es que todos somos parte del proceso, tanto el que crea como el público que nos alienta y que puede ver cómo se está creando la obra.
My name is Karuna. I was born in Saga Prefecture, now living in Tokyo. Strength is my skill to be able to paint quickly. Thank you. Bye.
Hola, soy Iván Arevalo, nací en la Ciudad de México, actualmente radico en Tijuana, Baja California. Para mí el arte es el hecho de poder conectarnos ideas y formas que surgen a través de nuestros pensamientos y poder así tener un diálogo. Muchas gracias.
My name is Rd.1. I'm a Ukrainian-born visual artist. I want to give some incredible piece of art and rise
Amazing.
Up
I love
to a higher
seeing the
level of
inspiration
vibration.
behind these
Let's get
artists, and I can't
started.
wait to see
I'm
how it
ready.
translates to the canvas.
Yeah, that was great background.
Okay, and in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's paint. Yeah, definitely like starting to sketch out and just kind of get the proportions there. We've got, looks like kind of illustrative work going on easel number 3.
You can see 2 different approaches to the portrait happening simultaneously, which is pretty cool. You can see someone blocking in the sort of more general shapes versus someone going straight for the line work, the detail. So that's 2 very different, almost opposite approaches to a portrait. So let's see how they continue to develop.
Yeah, Vera is super confident with the way that she's laying it down and going for kind of like an illustrative approach. And Jean is really considering the proportions that she's got going on in the portrait. And Ivan, we're only 2 minutes in and Ivan's got so much work down.
Drew is doing fantastic brushwork there. Those are really beautiful, kind of calligraphic brush strokes that have this very cool textural effect.
I know that we're only like 3 minutes in at this point, but I'm already loving Karu's. And if she did the whole painting like that, I'd be happy. It's so good. Yeah, we've got Vera already kind of establishing a sense of movement with the hair coming off of the figure.
Yeah, and the other portrait painter, Jean del Castillo, is starting to add some heavier shadows there.
Yeah, totally unexpected from Ivan. Like, he's kind of known for going for a little bit more of a surrealist approach. So working with kind of like natural landscapes and then throwing in some surrealism into the mix. So it'll be cool to see where this piece goes. And Jean, we're getting a huge sense of like depth already coming from Jean's portrait. And I like the way that she's situated this compositionally in that she's kind of shifted it over from center and is now kind of radiating this figure into the rest of the canvas.
And still 13 minutes to go. So there's a lot that can still happen with these pieces right now. I mean, the make or break decisions may not have happened yet at all. So
look at Vera's this spatter, this huge awesome, aggressive spatter.
Yeah, I love that yellow. Just taking over the composition.
Really kind of taking us into even more of a pop art kind of realm, I feel.
Wow, look at that color going on to Vera's portrait.
That's amazing. And was that a paint marker, I think? Sorry. And Ivan,
Yeah.
Ivan is really grounding this portrait into water now.
And I really like that Jean, at first, I thought those were cracks that were appearing around the central face. And now they look more like branches of a tree. But I think they're kind of evocative of both, which I like.
And Kaoru, we're seeing this kind of like bird-like creature, maybe, emerging. And it's just so stunning, and she's really creating her own world here. And I love the way that she's incorporated this kind of pattern of the waves and the swirls that we saw early on.
I'm really liking what's going on with Yvonne's on the top of the head. I thought that was going to be an explosion, but now it's kind of like a spring explosion. There's a lot of color happening in there.
Yeah, it's almost like wildflowers emerging from this mind space, which I think is a really lovely thing to kind of hold on to in this moment. And we have just under 1 minute remaining. So if you are watching and you want to vote for these artists, please do so in the Art Battle app. You can get the app on the App Store or in Google Play. And every vote counts, and these artists are counting on your votes. So please vote and bid on these paintings.
Yeah, they're kind of reflected in the feathers of this water phoenix or whatever is going on. It's definitely stimulating to the imagination. But yeah, that's really coming to life.
Water phoenix. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to take us on a little tour of what we've gone through so far. On easel number 1, we have Ivan Arevalo from Tijuana, Mexico. And we've seen this piece go evolve pretty rapidly, actually. He established a landscape only in the first few minutes, and now has introduced this kind of surprise surrealist element of a portrait with some sort of mysterious object levitating above the head. On easel number 2, we have Kaoru Nabe from Tokyo, Japan. And her approach has been just so much fun to watch so far. We've seen her create these like beautiful undulating lines of like waves with washes, and then really keeping us guessing by introducing this illustrative character on top. On easel number 3, we have Vera DG from Kharkiv, Ukraine. And Vera has thrown us so many curveballs with this painting. It's been really, really cool. So we saw her kind of start with an illustrative approach of a female portrait, and then surprise, throw a bunch of paint onto it. And the painting is now continuing to paint itself through the drips interacting with each other. On easel number 4, we have Jean Del Castillo from Lima, Peru. And Jean has started to evolve this painting in a really interesting way. She's gone washi and is doing a totally monochrome painting, treating this work almost as if it's watercolor. She's really expanded this piece from the center.